All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. This is Dr. Ephraim. Today's date is January 13th, 2023. If you're listening to the sound of my voice, it means you were blessed to see another day. For that, all praise, honor, and glory is due to the Most High God of Israel for now and forever. All right, welcome, everyone. Welcome all my new subscribers and older alike. And if you're just signing up or you've been here for a while, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell and select all. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a new presentation. I want to thank you all for your continued support, continued engagement, liking the videos and commenting. That all continues to help in the viewership as we keep it moving and continuing to to build the channel. All right, this is a thinking out loud segment. Over the last couple of days, I've been seeing and reading and hearing things about, reparations, man, and I've never addressed it. I've never really gave my opinion on it, or what do I feel is something that they should do or they should not do, or whatever the case may be. Well, that's going to change today. Now, again, I mean, there are different sides to this argument. I mean, you could agree, you could not agree, whatever the case may be, that's fine. That's your right, but as is mine. And I'm of the position that African Americans specifically, because this is the country I'm an quote unquote American. I've been born and raised here. My people were brought here that were enslaved, so I have to deal with so-called African Americans here. I can't deal with people all over the world or whatever the case may be. They have to kind of collectively deal with that from where they were colonized at or whatever, right? So yes, I feel that African Americans are well overdue for reparations, because the truth is, man, they never effectively dealt with it. When we were so-called all those years, we helped build this country for free. Let's look at it like this, in a very small microcosm, conceptually. You're looking at one group of people, mostly whites, who were immigrants, came to this country, got grossly enriched off the free labor of another people, my people, African Americans, literally to the point to this day where that wealth gap was never ever effectively dealt with. We've been playing catch up all these years, but here's the thing: it's set up to where we'll never catch up in terms of economic, prosperity and wealth, because we're constantly denied opportunities, even though they come up with these so-called employment laws, with the Civil Rights Law of 1964 and the Civil Rights Bill of 1991 and the employment bills and all these different things, man, that looks good on paper, but in reality, our people have not seen the benefits from. We are so far behind the wealth gap. I mean, it's laughable, not ha laughable, but it's a joke how far behind we are. The curveball in terms of wealth and the wealth gap. Why? Because the truth further is that there's a status quo in this country. Rather, it's not really spoken about or whatever. It's an unspoken, right? Whites on top, blacks on bottom. Until people like that look like me and you are in positions to really make a difference and make laws and voting. I mean, listen, man, that's a whole nother thing. I'm not gonna sit here and say and just totally tear down. I mean, just because many of our people died, behind the right to vote. But my thing is, we've been voting for years. What has it gotten us? Right? Like, I mean, it don't matter. Republican, Democrat, don't really matter, man. It really don't matter. Truth be told. But I don't want to veer off, because this is not a political lesson, or this is not a political rant at all, right? Because that's not what we're faced with. My people is faced with real issues here economically, and don't give me no bull crap insulting comment about welfare as reparations, whatever the case may be, man, because you can go somewhere with that. Okay. The reality is, when the slaves were so-called freed, they let our people go with nothing. 40 acres and a mule, that was a farce. They're supposed to give us something to start, to help cultivate land, to build something, right? And don't even mention stuff about the so-called reparations they gave for destroying, killing our people in Rosewood and you know, Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Tulsa riots, or whatever, Black Wall Street. You know, y'all should have paid for that. I mean, y'all jealousy destroyed it. So that's a financial thing. So yeah, I'm talking about the effects of hundreds and hundreds of years of oppression, man, of being disenfranchised, of being marginalized, of being given equal and fair opportunities, man. Like, I mean, seriously, it's time. It's overdue that African Americans receive reparations, man. You know, yes, that's one part of me feeling that way. I mean, and I'm not going to change that. The other part of my concern about our reparations, or whatever the case may be, is once the decision is made of who gets it, how much, or whatever the case may be, it's like, what is it going to mean for us, my people? I mean, are we going to get some money and then what? Just turn right around and give it to Gucci, give it to Prada, and all these old stupid name brands that don't mean nothing. Bunch of people and a bunch of foolishness that don't mean our people nothing. I mean, what are we going to do? Like, this is a slippery slope in terms of what we have to deal with internally. I think it's a general, and it's generally accepted that black people deserve some reparations. Again, you're talking about one group of people that got grossly enriched off the free labor of another group of people. You're not going to tell me they don't owe something, man. I'm not trying to hear that. You got groups of people in this country who receive reparations, man, that didn't even suffer like our people suffered. I mean, we you know, you talking pain, the pain and suffering that our people endured, man. I mean, listen, even with the Holocaust, right, and the stuff that they went through over there, at least Germany pledged billions of dollars to Israel, but that's never talked about. Billions, they gave them billions. And what else is never talked about is that there were many blacks in Hitler's concentration camps that suffered too. How much money did the current Israelis give them from the reparations, from what they went through? You understand what I'm saying? The bottom line is this: they don't see our suffering and what our people went through. They don't see it as anything worthwhile. So what, we suffered, basically. And and please, my Israelite brothers and sisters, don't. This is not about the curses and this and that. Like, we get all that, okay? I'm not even on that right now, because the majority of our people have no idea about that. I'm not preaching to the choir. I'm talking to all our people who have no idea, just from the standpoint that we're the descendants of slaves, and we are owed reparations from what they did, and the economic disadvantages that we have, and the wealth gap is not going to close anytime soon. And it's set up like that. Continue to deny us opportunities, giving us this bull crap about, yeah, you work hard and this and that, and go to school, this and that, you know, affirmative action. That's another joke. We have to go above and beyond just to get an opportunity, and still don't get the opportunity. It's just so unfair, man, the way things are set up, man, in this country, man. And I mean, you know, it is. So I don't want to hear nothing about, um, you know, we don't deserve this and we don't deserve that. Because we do deserve reparations. We overdue for it. And like my man Martin Luther King said, and then when it's all said and done, I'm coming for my check. See, but my mentality is a lot different, though. I'm really trying to envision and think of a version of Black Wall Street, you know, whereas we can thrive and support ourselves and do for ourselves, and stop relying on others, you know, stop relying on the government. You know, I mean, let's be real. We're relying on the very people in the country that did us dirty, our ancestors dirty, right? I can speak personally, man. 55 years old tomorrow, God willing. And I mean, I can speak personally of my disappointment, you know, with this country and how it's treated me. And again, my position is unique. Can't nobody say nothing to me, man. I'm a veteran. I put my life on this on the line for this country as a black man, right? You would think that, you say, oh, if you're in the military, you can get a job and this and that. And nah, that's not the case. That's not true. Being from South Carolina don't help either. That's even worse. Sometimes I'm embarrassed to even say I'm from South Carolina, man. This place is a joke. Republicans have been in power for over 20 something years, man. I don't know. I don't know the last time that there was a Democratic governor in place. I mean, again, not that, and I'm gonna tell you why that matters, man, because those are the ones that's in power, that's making the laws. Those are the ones that's, this calling the shots for everybody. That's why that's important. In a nutshell, Republican, Democrat, it don't matter to me, man. Black folks are still getting the same treatment. Barack Obama, the so-called first black president, everybody got something under him. The gays, he's the first president to endorse gay marriage. They got something. Uh, the Asian crime hate bill, they got something. Everybody always gets something except us. We have to receive the residue of stuff like Affordable Health Care Act. Yes, some blacks benefited from that, but that was general bill and legislation, quote unquote, for everybody. And blacks, we got the benefits of that, the residue of that. I mean, with all the brothers and sisters that was dying at the hands of police, why wasn't there some kind of bill against the killing of black people or something? I don't know, something, right? So this whole, and they force this narrative about the whole voting and Democrat and Republican. It don't even matter, man. It don't even matter. It don't. It really don't, because we are still in the same economic conditions. We're underprivileged. We're still disenfranchised in many ways. A lot of this stuff is more covert now, but it's still there. It's still there. What do we have, man? We've been voting for years. What do we have as a people? What do we have? Y'all know why it's illegal for why HRs say that they don't want you discussing your salaries at work? It's not because they really care about you discussing your salary. And I know this as an HR insider or whatever, and as far as teaching it, in college and everything like that, that they don't want you to see how disproportionate your salary is compared to your white counterparts. See, they tell us we need a degree and that we need this and we need that. But see, white folks don't need all that. They don't. That's just the crap they tell us to keep us marginalized, keep us out, right? Right here in the state of South Carolina, especially here in Charleston, man, you don't see black men in power nowhere. Most of the black men you see working here have on orange vests and hard hats. You go to just about any company, any plant, whatever in Charleston, and ask to speak to manager, and I guarantee you, not a black man will never walk out. That's the harsh reality. That is the harsh reality, man. That's what we're dealing with in 2023. Status quo: whites on top, blacks on the bottom. Yeah, let's address the elephant in the room, man. That's what it is. That's what we're dealing with. It ain't just here in Charleston, South Carolina. Like I said, I remember the old joke used to be that, you know, um, down south, they'll give you coffee before they screw you. Up north, they'll just screw you. The bottom line is you're going to get screwed. Bottom line, the playing field is not level. It's not even. Never has been. Never has been. And so it's time. It's past time that African Americans receive the reparations that we are owed. I don't care what anyone says, man. We are still feeling the effects of slavery. I don't care what anyone says. We are, and it's high time that they do something to try to bridge that gap a little bit, man. Really, I'm gonna read this little article, man. And it says it's from the Western Center on Law and Poverty, and it says Black Americans deserve reparations. It says California is leading the way, and it says reparations are, plainly put, the making of amends for a wrong one has done by paying money to or otherwise helping those who have been wronged. They are not new in American history. In fact, white people who enslaved black people received reparations for the economic losses they were projected to face by voluntarily emancipating people who were enslaved prior to 1865. Reparations have also been provided to other non-black ethnic minorities in the U.S. Some Native Americans have received a portion of the land that was stolen from them, among other benefits and programs. Japanese Americans, in turn, during World War II, have received financial compensation. The U.S. helped ensure through the Marshall Plan that survivors of the Holocaust and their descendants received reparations from Germany. Black Americans who are descendants of people who were enslaved in this country should be afforded the same care and consideration when it comes to reparations. This amends should be made as compensation for the irreparable harm that 250 years of slavery, followed by an additional 150 years of racially discriminatory policies and institutions, have caused to fellow Black Americans. The impact of slavery and enduring contemporary racial discrimination on wealth inequality cannot be understated. Black Americans were for years specifically excluded from historic wealth-amassing government policies, including the Homestead Acts, the Federal Housing Act, and the GI Bill. As a result, today Black American families possess less than 10% of the wealth white families possess. Even nominally mitigating factors such as education level, family dynamics, and conspicuous consumption do not eliminate the gap. Whites have more wealth than blacks. Whites have more wealth than black college graduates at all levels of education. Let me say that one more time. Whites have more wealth than black college graduates at all levels of education. That education is overrated, man. It's a bunch of crap. That's the crap they tell us to keep us out, to keep us phased out. It's a bunch of crap is what it is. And it says, white college graduates have more than 7 times more wealth than their black peers. White single-parent households are still more than twice as wealthy as black 2-parent households. Oh my God, man. This is crazy. Even when controlling for income, white households have more wealth than black households with similar incomes, despite these white households spending more. Come on, man. Enough already. I can't, that's it. And shouts out to the Western Center on Law and Poverty by the Western Center staff, August 1st, 2020. But that's where we at, man. That's where we at. Anybody gonna tell me that my people aren't overdue for reparations? Every other people can get it. No other people has suffered more than our people. Yes, what the Jews went through with Hitler was horrible. The Holocaust. It was horrible what they went through. But I submit to you, black people were in concentration camps right here in America. The treatment that our people received, and you just want to brush that under the rug. Just want to sweep that under the rug like that didn't happen. Like we should just get over it. Nah, y'all wouldn't tell Jews to get over it. Y'all wouldn't tell Jews to get over the Holocaust. Why would y'all tell my people that we have to just get over the atrocities that our people received? Man, oh my God, we couldn't even. YouTube wouldn't even allow us to visually let y'all see what they really did to us right here on American soil. Our people went through it, but we can't even show it. We don't have an outlet. Y'all can't even see the atrocities that our people experienced, man. They would lynch us for sport. You understand? Anyway, I'm not even gonna get into that. All I'm saying is my point and my position is this, and it's not changing. African Americans are overdue for reparations. I don't care how it's got to be done, whatever the case may be, but we are still feeling the effects of that because not all of us can run and jump high. Not all of us can make people laugh and entertain you. Okay? But I guarantee you there's a lot of very intelligent, smart black people that are just wasting away because they never got an opportunity. Because of the white supremacist laws and everything that's in place and the people that's making the laws and making the decisions. Y'all know, man, I promise you, in my 55 years of being on this earth, I've never sat in front of a black man that was responsible for giving me a job or leaving me unemployed where I couldn't take care of my family. Not one time ever in my life. And I'm 55 years old, man. That is crazy. That is crazy. That's beyond crazy. But that's what we at. So don't sit. I don't want to hear nobody talking about, we don't deserve and this and that. Screw you. You talk about your people. We're talking about what you don't deserve. Ain't no people in this world suffered like my people, man. With the exception of maybe the Aboriginal Australians, they went through hell too. They did, and in many instances still going through hell. So shout out to all our Aboriginal Australian brothers and sisters over there. Shout out to y'all. Not to diminish what y'all went through. I know y'all went through some hell as well. Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this, man. This is just me thinking out loud. Coming from the heart, coming from the gut, like I do. And that's it, man. Before I take away, I put more on it. Whether you agree or don't agree, that's fine. But if you disagree, just disagree respectfully. I mean, say your point, but don't disrespect me or don't disrespect no one on the channel. Because I ain't finna allow that. You can say what you want, but just say it respectfully. That's all I ask. All right. So anyway, man, until next time, man, it's Dr. Ephraim signing off. Shalom, elect.